Just because we absolutely would never imagine in our wildest nightmare of us doing something, it doesn't mean it doesn't happen. When I look at the Sebastian Rogers case, he went missing on February 26th, according to TBI. That's the same time as Madeline Soto, and we all know how that went. Now, you and I are looking, if there was more than just stepping stones, what did the mother know, right? Because sometimes people are cut from a different cloth than we are, and we're never going to understand them. But the question I have is it a party that is like a celebration of the last day? What is it? Why the big birthday party and then poof, right? And then I look at the Sebastian Rogers case and I'm like, man, bowling and out to eat with family and arcade type games, colossal popcorn, his favorite meal. And I'm like, oh, Lord, what kid would run away after the best day ever? I just don't get it. Do you? Wow, Interior Family Studio, 25 months. Sending love to all of our love family. Love you all to the moon and back. Thank you, lovely. That's amazing. Thank you, love. Appreciate that. I have some good news in the fight for justice for the voiceless. And we have been talking about a Sebastian law that we want to work on. And our first step was to get a platform. Excuse me, forgive me. So we're going to be talking about that today, or tonight, I should say. I just got out of literally a tornado warning, but we're all good. Hello, my beautiful all-star panel tonight. Hi, Jenny Troglin, Jennifer Swain, Mr. Ifs, and Sassy. Hello, lovely. I'm sure we'll see Joyful when she gets a moment. Or we may get to see Wildfire. You just never know. Or Born Pack Rat. You never know. I would like to say thank you from the bottom of my heart for the support that everybody has been showing to our cause in getting this idea on paper and down pat. But we need a platform, you guys. And so I think I have the platform for us. I think it's going to help us a lot. I've been working on it behind the scenes basically all day. It's very fun to work on because it's relaxing, and I know we're in it for the long haul. I would like to thank my beautiful replay crew. If you are on replay, thank you ahead of time. And if there is anything you want to fast forward through, be sure and just hit that fast forward button because all buttons are in your control. Hello, my lovelies of Blue Jean Baby, Jackie Bushable, Candy Rapper 420, Starletto, Katie Bug, good time to see you. Haven't seen you in a bit. Good to see you, lovely. Mythical, hello. So hello to every single buddy. What am I talking about this law? Well, when we're working with each case, there's always a takeaway because otherwise nothing good comes out of it. And it's a horrific event. And so if we can do anything to prevent it from reoccurring, that's the good that we can pull out of it. Now, we do not know. No one does except for Sebastian and whoever he was with, because like I said, best day ever. Why would the child run away? But somebody besides him, in my humble opinion, knows exactly what happened. Now, it was weird because I said best day ever on my thumbnail this morning, and I put it out, and I went about my work. And then I was watching a channel, and I forgot the name because I was doing housework. I was listening to a channel, and she played a part. And I'm not going to play it because it linked back to a channel that is absolutely clueless. And it was where Chris Proudfoot says something to, he uses the word, the best part. That's the little phrase he uses. The best part, right? That's a quote, the best part. And then he says something along the lines of, about Sebastian being gone, is he left no evidence. Poof, right? How is that the best part? And I thought about it. I'm like, best day ever, best part about him going missing. It's almost as if he's celebrating in front of our face with duper's delight. It's making me ill. It's making me want, y'all, I very rarely, I don't even know how to explain it. My gut cringes when he says things like that. That very rarely happens when someone speaks. But when a child is missing and you're like, well, the best part is he didn't leave any evidence, my stomach like heaves a little. I'm like, what? Like my intuition fires off and it's like somebody sucker punched me. What about you guys? It is terrible, Cat Age. Hey, Ruby Slippers, I heard that too. The best part, he left no evidence. Yeah, I don't do clickbait, so you know, if I'm calling you in, it's because we really need to talk about some things. Well, and if you can afford to be a member, and I know some of you can't, and I try to make sure all my content is available to you guys. But if you can be a member, we're going to be doing it for 30 days, members only. Then we're going to open it up to the general public. But I need to do it in small bites. But I have us a server that will allow us to voice chat all together, like numerous of people. And so it'll be like on a party line call, right? As well as it allows us to post videos. And in that, it also will give you a notification that I will click when I'm about ready to go live, and it'll come up on your phone. Ping! And it has nothing to do with YouTube. So that's something coming up. Now, after about 30 days, or when we've absolutely worked the bugs out of the system and made sure it's good for everybody, we can open it up to those that can't afford memberships. But the memberships are going to be our guinea pigs. It is, I think it's $2.99. Could be $3.99. I think it's $2.99 for a membership. Hi, Diane Kelly. But like I said, don't worry if you can't afford it. You're going to get the same thing in a month. I want small groups of people that understand that it's a brand new platform to a lot of us. It's a brand new server, and I have made sections in it. So it has like rooms that you can go into, and it's like this Sebastian Rogers case, Madeline Soto'S case. I can't remember all the different cases, but there's different case rooms. You can post a link. You can post, and it can be any kind of link you want. Doesn't matter who's the creator, nothing. You find some good information. You want to drop it off in the Sebastian room. There it is, right? So it's going to enhance our research groups a great deal. But in the first month out of members, we're going to pull in those that volunteer for what I'm going to call the Sebastian Law Lab. Okay, so there'll be a room, those that want to just work on the addresses we need and how we're going to word it and how we're going to present it, and the law, building the law. People that want to volunteer for that, you'll be taken into a voice call. We'll discuss it with you and what you feel you can bring to the table and what role that you'll be the strongest in, and then that's what you're going to be doing. So Yes, Kimmy, we can always comment unless it's a members live chat. And I only do those when it's something that it's imperative that the message just gets out without anybody subscribing for a few minutes, coming in, being a troll, disrupting everything. We don't get any of our message out there. Everybody's wanting the troll out of the room. And so we waste 20 minutes for that. So that's when I go to members live, when it's like the theory I had to bring out, or when I was sharing with you the second theory that I did submit to TBI, FBI, and the powers that be. Mama D, the Curry Richens case has hit crazy and her attorney withdrew from the case. All right. So we will have all our mods in here will be grandma'd in and grandfathered in over there as mods if they so choose. And then we'll be selecting mods of different. Okay, so for instance, if you want to be a mod over in this platform and so forth, you'll have certain abilities, but it won't work over here. It'll only work on that platform. Did that make sense? It won't be confusing. Do we have to submit our phone number? No. You do have to have a verified email address. In other words, you'll be sent the email and you have to be able to click that link that they send you to verify that you are a legit human being through your email. And that's it. And your blood type. No, I'm joking. Just an email. I just want to know you're a human being, and if you act ugly, I have, if you're somebody that's going to come in and be like, turd cutter. If you're a tater tot, y'all, if you're a tater tot, we do have the ability with your email to report you. So, and be like, this person, not like report you to anybody important, but report you to the mods and so forth and knock you off. FBI is on the case. Okay, I called, and I know some of y'all aren't going to believe me, but it's true. I called TBI again today. I wanted to see, because I have a way to know if they have viewed my evidence that I submitted or not, and I wasn't seeing a view at that point. So I called TBI to do a follow-up, and I expressed to her that I had concerns about whether my information was provided to Sumner County. And this is what she explained. She said, all of TBI's information goes to the FBI, and she said all tips go to the FBI if needed. And then she said all the tips that TBI get go to Sumner County. And I'm like, I told her, I said, I have concerns. And she said, why? Just like that. Why? And I said, I'll be honest. One of the three persons that I suspect may have directly been involved, and that's just my humble opinion, in the disappearance of Sebastian, it's been alleged by a great many that he has direct family member in Sumner County working. And she did not respond at all. Not even a sigh. Like it was dead quiet. I thought she had hung up. So she was a good TBI person because she didn't give me nothing. Not even a, nothing. Nothing. Gal Conway says, Chris told Katie it was either him or Sebastian. I guess Katie made her choice. Sickening. In our opinion, because we don't know if that's true. That has been alleged, that there was marital discord and that it's possible there was an ultimatum on the table. But if there was, I think you're right. I'm not trying to laugh, but sometimes you guys say stuff. You're like, best me said. Fun fact, I also gave my dog breakfast this morning. And get this, I fed him dinner too. What? Yep. I love you guys. I get where you're coming from. Well, I didn't learn anything off the TBI news conference myself, but I can keep praying that something's going to come through. But I do. I mean, after you walk through that theory with me, where would there be evidence of foul play? That's what's horrific. There'd be no evidence of foul play in that scenario that I know of. Ah, Tanya Hansen. Thank you, lovely, for that $2. I read your question and I forgot to thank you for the snooper chat. Thank you. I greatly appreciate that. Susan Bennett says Mama DT Reb got the turd cutter phone call last night. Well, he's my little brother. We got to share it. Dreamweaver 2 says, I'm not a tater tot. Me either. Gail Conway says, Chris, oh, I read that. I read that. Just backed up too far. Catherine Harvey believes he took him. He deleted him. Ronnie Lawson needs to go. That's from the Summer Wells case, right? It really gets confusing when you have worked the Summer Wells case and there's so many similarities to Sebastian Rogers' case, which is in Sumner County. It's like, it gets so confusing. Darlene Wolf, I still think they did it outside the home, so no evidence inside. I don't know, Susan Jones. I doubt it. She's asking if I'll ever do a reading on this case. I really am more focused on getting laws passed and things like that. I have to go where I'm guided. And I honestly think I'm going to box up the tarot cards for now because I don't need them. You know, God's guiding me directly. And the tarot cards, yes, they give us a direction. But they never found a kid for me. I could never get him to land where the kid was. It takes critical thinking and evidence to get a rest. And so even though tarot can guide me in the energies and I can learn what happened, it doesn't tell me where the child is. And I just get extremely frustrated. And so I end up wanting out because I can't get an answer. Gail Conway said Sebastian being in Alaska has been mentioned. Has this been checked out? No. It's allegedly not a criminal investigation, according to the DA. Not necessarily according to the DA, but he said he couldn't comment. The DA said he couldn't comment because of an ongoing investigation. I think we can all smell a criminal investigation, but I think it's supposed to be on the down low. Who realizes what a jerk Tony is? Oh, Lord, one of my dogs just tooted. Y'all, help me. I don't even have my incense up here. Y'all, I said it and I'll say it again. Tony came in. The PIs are gone. The good creators that are doing lots of work behind the scenes are being pushed out. You know, the narcissists will drive away every single one of your family members and every single one of your friends till you are alone. And then they have you where they want you. I'm just saying. You're right, Ruby Slippers. It is weird that she mentioned snacks. So odd, you say. So many details to me equals weird. And the way she said it, snacks, because he's a teenager, you know, gotta have snacks. I think that was for the trip to the air quotes cousin's sleepover party. Now, that I wouldn't mind doing energy readings without true crime attached because I don't get frustrated. It uplifts me. You could be right, Darlene Wolf. You say, I think that the powers that be are so corrupt. I say that because I can't put corrupt in those letters together, or believe me, we hear about it. Well, I do. Lori Blythe says maybe Seth will wise up and fire Tony. You ever felt like it's like that song, Under My Spell? That's what it feels like with that. Like Seth can't see it. Did CP's parents fly to Alaska commercially? I don't know that. I do not know that, my darling. I wish I knew more on that. Yeah, Mr. If says there is someone who is working on getting some boots on the ground in Alaska. I am needing to contact someone on Seth's team. Yep, like I said, they've got their website. It's a Facebook. Go there. Tony Mathis runs it, and that's the only way you're going to get to Seth that I know of. Remember, he is a PR guy now, right? I do too. I think that snack comment is weird. Snacks, dud, right, Michelle Scott. Scarlet Feather, I like your name. You said, in my opinion, we not respect the law innocent till proven guilty? Well, that depends on if a child is missing. I personally feel when it's a child under the age of 13, this is the law I'm trying to get passed, is an immediate criminal investigation, and anybody that was with that child when they went missing is held and interrogated for up to 3 days. Because we can't just keep letting this go. I don't have time to mess around with if I offend somebody. Now, I'm not saying they're guilty. I'm saying I want a criminal investigation. Maybe to clear them. Maybe that criminal investigation will be like, yep, nothing to do here, nothing found here. But it wouldn't hurt to take it serious when an autistic child goes missing barefoot without, a means to survive. Just my humble opinion. But we are going to be working on that. So if you are into wanting to make the laws with us and be part of that, but you can't afford membership, like I said, once we get the bugs worked out of the system, members are going to help build it a little bit and so forth. Then we'll do the grand opening to the general public. But we have to do some test runs on it. Katie Bug says, Seth, the real father's eyes, have been swollen blisters from crying. It's heartbreaking. Hello, Bookie Green Street. You say, I think it's I am a good mom, like fun fact, made breakfast, comment. Yeah. It's almost as if she doesn't know that that's weird to say. That's just weird to me. Peter Pan 13 says, and Tony's bringing in the felony from Texas, but Tony is asking for help to get her gas money and to get her big old truck. I added big O. Get her truck fixed to get her here to search for Sebastian. Y'all, if you're not an adult enough to get your ass there on your own, we already got searchers. What do we need you for? Literally. You sound like you're a needy, codependent person. If you're asking for gas money. No. No. Nay. That's baloney. My baloney has a first name. It's OFCAR. My baloney has a second name. It's TIMMY. Oh. No. Holy moly. Discernment and Holy Spirit. Only directions. The Bible tells us not to seek anything but the Spirit of God. I can't believe in anything but the Word of God is the only truth. Well, I am not religious and I do not agree with the Bible. But I will tell you I love God and I love Jesus and that a human being wrote the Bible. And if you look into who wrote your Holy Bible, you might find out that it was the same person that wrote the King James Version of the Bible, wrote Romeo and Juliet. Shakespeare. So I appreciate your feelings, but I also have my own beliefs. So, just saying. I love God and I love Jesus, but I don't agree with everything in the Bible. Carolyn Miller says, and most runaways that age often return home on their own in a short period of time. Right? Bratty little me, oh, that would be a good law for sure. I just seriously want to try our very best to see how far can we take it. And while we take that law as far as we can and try to get it to be a law, we can spread awareness about Sebastian and Summer Wells along the way. Will it be like a Zoom if a member, or what do you mean, different rooms? It's Discord. It's Discord. It'll be on phone calls. I doubt we'll be doing, which we could. We can do cameras, but I'm not going to. Well, maybe once in a while. I don't know. I doubt it. But it will be multiple people. It's Discord. I actually got us more of a higher plan that allows me to have more people there and have the maximum amount of memory in it and all that kind of good stuff. It's like our own little server, our own little community. Like I said, we're going to start it off with members just till we get everything worked out. And then we'll also down the road, after we know it's working good, we'll open the doors for everybody to come in. Thank you, Melly Cat. Says, hello, everyone. Great discussion. Anne says, as moms all here, we all make breakfast for our children, and it's not a fun fact. And it's not always fun. Mom, I'm starving to death, right? And the sad thing is we're not only breakfast makers. Sometimes, if you're like me, you're short order cook, right? Because you're over there, you're like, oh, I'll make myself an egg. Now, I have adult children, but it's still the same. They'll come up there, they'll be like, oh, you making eggs? Yum. And you finally say, would you like a couple eggs? They're like, no, go ahead. But hey, will you make me pancakes? And you're like, what? All right, I guess. Get the stuff out, make it for you. And then you get that. That's waiting on you, getting this egg done. The other one comes over. And he's like, are you making breakfast? Yeah. Well, how about you make me some sunny side overs? And you're like, okay. That's just breakfast. I don't understand why that would be a fun fact. Hey, Crystal Clear. Welcome back, lovely. Yes, Discord can be fun. Like I said, it can get out of hand, too. So we're going to get mods in place. How does someone become a member, Kimmy? Well, there's two different ways. You can either purchase a membership, but if you can't afford it, then you might be gifted one. So make sure and enable gift receiving. Hold on a minute. Let me see if I can. I was going to get you the link. Give me a minute. Oh, shoot. I don't know if I can do it. Hold on. I'm trying, y'all. Give me a moment. Okay, no, I can't do that. There's got to be a way to get a link for the membership because it took me offline. All right, I'm back into. No, I'm not. Ugh, 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 ugh. Okay, I'm back into chat. Dang. If somebody can be so kind as to go into the description of the video, and maybe one of the mods could copy and paste the membership for anybody that wants on it. So it really bothers me about this last day ever thing, best day ever. It really bothers me because it would almost, I don't know. What do you guys feel? To me, it screams premeditation. Does it scream premeditation to you guys too? Anybody feel that way? Aw, thank you, Bratty Little Me says I have such a calm, relaxing voice. Thank you. Crystal Clear says I make pancakes all the time, make them different colors each time, but I definitely didn't find it a fun fact. It's just something I do to feed my kids. So she makes him breakfast, which apparently is something abnormal. Takes him bowling. I saw a video where he's talking to, it sounds like an Aunt Proudfoot of some kind, Chris's sister, and that's rough sounding, but it does look like arcade games. Then out to dinner. Um, the whole day was like the best day ever. And it makes me really feel like it was pre-planned. And I feel like it's leading up to that moment where I heard Jen Soto in the Madeline Soto case express that Madeline came straight home from absolutely the best birthday party ever and went straight to bed. It was like somebody sucker punched me in the stomach because I knew then. I knew she knew. I knew she knew. Now, Sebastian, one thing we know about Sebastian from both parents is that Sebastian had sleep disorder basically from birth. And when most children would sleep, Seth said, 17 hours a day and be up for, 7 hours or whatever. Sebastian was the opposite from birth and that he needed very little sleep. So I reviewed Katie's discussion today in her interview and claimed that Sebastian, she never said go to bed to this kid in her interviews. She says around 9 o'clock, he came out of his room and said, "Good night, Mom. Good night, puppies. I love you." Right? "Good night, Mom. I love you. Good night, puppies. I love you." He came out of his room mysteriously. It was around 10 o'clock she heard movement in there, and she didn't know what it was, so she just yelled, "Whatever you're doing in there, go to bed." Uh-huh. So you get where I'm coming from. There was never a moment where there was a struggle at bedtime. Sebastian just at 9 o'clock, just like Madeline Soto was alleged to have just been like, "Nope, I did my birthday party. I'm a 13-year-old girl. I don't want to talk to anybody on my phone. I'm not going to use my computer. I'm just going to go to bed." What? So I'm supposed to, and you're supposed to accept that a child with sleep disorder that has a hard time falling asleep and doesn't need near as many hours as anybody else just all of a sudden came out of the blue and told his mom, "Good night. I love ya." What? I'm telling you, it's a lie, in my humble opinion. That's absolutely a lie, in my humble opinion. Are you working it out, Kimmy? Did somebody get you the link? Can anybody get the link? All right. I guess I'll get you the link, lovely. Hold on a minute. I'll go out of chat. I'll be right back and I'll get it for you. It'll only take me a second. Yeah. Link copied to clipboard. Okay. Now I'm coming back to chat, y'all. Oh. What happened? What happened to my chat? I see. If I leave chat, do I get stuck out, you guys? Where I can never see it again? Oh, there it is. Okay, hold on. You guys got it. My chat was frozen and I couldn't see it. There you go. Sorry about that, lovelies. My chat was frozen and I had the only thing I had on my screen was Kimmy saying, can I get what to click on, please, or something like that. Ah, Jennifer Swain, lovely. When my chat froze, I didn't even see your message. Oh, there it is. You said, thank you, Mama D. You are a sweet spirit, and I'm all in for what you're doing. Thank you, lovely. I can't pull it down to heart it, but I can thumb up. Thank you for that $50 super chat. Thank you, sweetheart. You guys, I checked our last total that it's showing, and we may have done our math wrong last night. It showed that we raised $426 in one little 2-hour window, not even quite 2 hours, for the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children last night. And I was blown away. Like, I was bragging, and my kids, Quentin and Noah, were like, whoa. I'm like, I know, right? You guys were incredible. And you hear the piano, Quentin's playing. Yep. You guys, you floored me. I just say thank you. You warmed my heart so incredibly much. Hey, how you doing, Miss None Your Business, lovely? Hey, Jenny Lang, Stephanie Harrington, and then a thud, she says. Yeah, I think it's all bull. Because if there's one lie in that story about him going to bed, do you think I'm going to buy the rest? And you know my theory is that he never made it home, and go watch it if you don't. It's called Blackout. Operation Blackout Theory 1, and then there's Theory 2, and it's the same theory, it's just actors switch places. Ooh, Ellie Andrews says, KP, Katie says, I don't know why. Closes eyes. Exhale, he walked out that door. Thank you, lovely. I had a comment on that. Both of them have said, I don't know why he walked out that door. Chris Pralput said he walked out that door on that front porch. Y'all, he did. We absolutely guarantee he walked out that door. That's not a lie. That's how you pass a polygraph. Because to get to supper, he had to walk out that front door. Or the side door, right? So if he went out the front door and off that porch to get in the car to go to THR, the restaurant, what happened? The last time he was on property, he walked right out the front door. And so therefore, that's how people that are narcissists lie to your face. Now, I will tell you, I learned this from my son Noah, because he's very smart, and he will not lie, most likely. It'd be very weird to hear my son lie, ever. I don't know if I've ever heard him lie. But I'll say, take out the garbage, please. And he'll take the garbage out. I'll say, did you take the garbage out? And he'll say, yes. I'll say, well, I don't see it at the curb. You never said take it to the curb, Mom. You said take the garbage out, so it's sitting outside by the door. See? I've had to deal with that my whole dang life. So I'm one of those parents that's like overtells the child. I'm like, go wash your hands with soap. Dry them good. Thank you. I cover all my bases. So, yes, When they say, I don't know why he walked out that front door. He probably normally took the garage door, and it just happened to be that that day he walked out that front door. And she was like, wonder why he went out the front door and not the side door. But it's the last time he was ever there. And so therefore, now we have the truth. The parents can say it all dang day, all day long, every day. He walked out that front door. He walked right off that front porch. And they cannot be caught in that lie because that is legitimately the truth. The question is, did he walk in that door or any other door of that house after Texas Roadhouse? That's the question. Stephanie Howerton agrees with me 100%. Canine Watcher, have you heard back yet from anyone you sent that presentation to? No. And in fact, I have it, and they know, but I have it under a thing where when it's viewed, I'll get like the little notification that it was received. Balsmaka says, very insightful. Thank you, lovely. But they don't tell you nothing, and they're not going to get back to me, she said. Because I talked to a lady today, and I asked on a follow-up, and she said, she basically said, and apologized. She's like, we're not going to be doing a follow-up because we don't usually on tips. She said, once we got the tip, if it's good, we go with it. Well, she didn't say that. She said, we do what we need to do with it, is what she said. But she said, don't expect to hear back. And I was like, ugh. I said, I understand. But she did say that she reassured me today that every single tip is reviewed. I'm going to yell out you guys real quick for Quentin. Quentin, they said you sound beautiful. It's a song he's actually writing himself. How do they know he had a small flashlight? Katie Bug is asking. I don't know. I find that strange to know that that would be missing. That is true, Fallon. Fallon says, I hope they just passed him off to family in another state. Still possible, miracles do happen. Missing kids do get found even years later. And that is true. He is one smart boy. Very smart. You listen to, Divine Pathway True Crime. Thank you, lovely. You say, I listened to that recital he did. He is very talented. Yeah, he's been playing 1 year. That's it. He did stop, didn't he, Jacqueline? He didn't think anybody was listening. He has worked so hard today. He is a nutritionalist over at our healthcare center for the disabled. He's a nutritionalist there. And he put in a lot of hours, and then we had the tornado warning, so I couldn't pick him up right away. Colossal popcorn, fun fact. No mention of giving him meds. So no one would focus on that, in my opinion, Akira said. Right, Akira, no mention of meds. Another thought I'll add to that would be no mention of a shower after taking garbage out and having a full packed day and you have school tomorrow. I don't get it. Don Kelly points out Elizabeth Smart many years back in Utah. Elise Coon says, I jumped in to say hi, but heading to bed, we'll rewatch with copy in the morning. Well, for you in the morning, we love you, Elise, and we appreciate you, lovely. Enjoy your copy, and I hope you have the best day ever. Oh, Lord, I just realized not that kind of a best day ever, right? Dang. I mean, think about this day, you guys. This child doesn't even have friends. He's not allowed basically to have friends. And they seem to blame him on that. They're like, well, he doesn't know his space. And I get it. Sometimes it is hard with autistic children. But if he has no friends, why pack it all into one day, which could overstimulate him? Why not go bowling one day and then, go to the arcade another day, go out to eat a different day so that he isn't overstimulated? Right. People don't just go MIA, darling. Yeah. Opinionated says, ma'am and sir are not mean in the South. What are you talking about? I'm sorry, I missed something. Jenny says, it was such an oddly filled story of the day, in my opinion, to make us all go, what? Oh, good point. Stephanie Howerton says, you get a gold star, lovely. Boom. Who talks about a missing child and says, fun fact? Yeah. Ann says no brushing his teeth, no packing a lunch for school, no getting his school stuff ready. I don't understand. Make it make sense. Right, Ann? No shoes, says Katie Bug. Why no shoes? Well, I think I got that one figured out. I think that the parents took the shoes away, in my humble opinion. You know who I think. So Sebastian couldn't get away. And they didn't want to hide evidence. So they literally put it at the front door for a red herring to screw the case up. Peter Pan 13 says, I have autism, ASD. I'm the same way. You have to tell me exactly what you want to do because I didn't say it that way and I didn't understand it. Right. Exactly. I've had to be very detailed and literal. If I ask my son to put the garbage in the pail, take the garbage out, I also will say, and can you please put a bag in? And it's not because I'm being facetious or smart alecky. It's literally because if it's not part of, he might think I want to wash the bottom of the pail. So he won't put a bag in. He just doesn't assume things. He's very literal with things. And I've learned to appreciate it a great deal because he gets it and he doesn't presume something. He follows through with it. It's a very good, direct way to learn that your words matter. Karen Killoran says, love the piano in the background. Very calming. Ruby slippers. Evidently they do, according to CP. He actually said, quote, the best part was there's no evidence. I know. From the last weekend interview. I know. It's blowing my mind. Like I said, I get like a gut punch when I hear something like that. Y'all, everybody's wanting to know where Sebastian's puppies are. I'm just going to ask you, are they with Sebastian? Right, darling love. That's how they learn, like a normal child, to learn what they are taught. Well, see, I don't think any child's normal. I don't even like the word normal, really. Because then it means the ones that don't fit that bill are abnormal. And so I'm not shouting at you, hon. I'm saying personally, um, none of my children and none of the kids I ever taught in school did I apply normal to because they're completely different from one another. Completely. Like I was surrounded by complete unique individuals. A child that might be exceptional at math might be really far behind at like social skills or something. And then 6 months later, he can't do math anymore, but he's become the class clown and he's the favorite kid. I mean, they're all changing and morphing and growing, and our environment and the way we treat our children is so vital. And if there's one thing I will tell you in being an autistic child, and I say successful autistic parent of a successful autistic child that's now an adult, is literally the respect. So, my child grew up where I showed him respect, and that's why he showed respect back to me, right? And I could tell when he was little, if somebody, like when he was in preschool and stuff and younger grades, if somebody had disrespected him, I could tell because he would hop up. I don't know how to explain it, but he'd breathe fast and try to puff his shoulders and his chest up a little bit in a panic if they had been mean or rude to him, like disrespectful. It was almost like he'd get into an anxiety attack, if not literally. And so I could tell whenever there was a bad energy, if you will, that had messed with my kid. And I always look at Sebastian and I think how he had to put up with the energy of CP. And it boggles my mind how that could work. That's like oil and water. Because it's almost as if every nightmare that an autistic child has for a fear is embodied into CP. Like everything that you're absolutely terrified of is embodied into this Tasmanian devil energy, demanding and forcing and controlling. And talk about a space issue. It's like he comes on so strong and he tries to own everything and he demands respect. And if you can't get your kids to clean their rooms, I'll tell you what to do, he says, right? Go in there and just literally remove everything into the garbage and throw it out. Make them take it to the curb themselves. I mean, that's a little bit wrong, but I mean a lot, right? I mean, Chris, honestly, my personal view, he gives me put the lotion on the skins kind of creeps. That's right, Sassy. Absolutely, 100% respect is earned. If it's expected from adults in his life, then they should show Sebastian respect in return. And that's one thing I can't ever see happening. But my child might not be the same as everybody else, but you are never, and you would have never, even when he was tiny, been able to demand respect from my autistic child. If he gives you respect, it's because you have shown respect. He was a mirror of of what they treated him as often. So if somebody wasn't treating him right, I could tell. I could absolutely tell. It's emotional abuse, says Darlene Wolf. Aw, Best Me says he's so good on the piano. Sounds like he could be hired in a restaurant. I'll have to tell him he can play when I'm live so that you guys can enjoy it. Right. The Five Kings Cane says, yes, Silence of the Lamb. Yeah. Clarice. Right? Akira says, Chris respects no one. He shows us who he is, and I 100% believe him. Time Space Soul says, everybody knows Katie has the answer, in my opinion. Ely Andrews says, see, Pete gives marital and disciplined kids advice, I'll add that, is laughable. Well, I'll tell you right now, if you ever were to take advice as a single person from somebody else that's about to be single, that's on you. If you're single, go find some people that have been married 50 years and ask them for advice, right? Don't ask it from your single friends or those about to get a divorce. Bellin says, oh, great. We can hear him play in the background. He is so good. So I want to talk about the law real quick. All right. So the law would be based on the fact that we are begging for a criminal investigation. I don't feel it. I really do not feel like we should have to do that. There is so many reasons to consider this at this point to be a criminal investigation, but they say no signs of foul play. And so what we're going to be working on for probably the many years to come, until we get there, till we're successful, is in hopes to be able to bring awareness to the children in the sense that we feel if a child is 13 years of age or younger or an Amber Alert, all right, they should qualify for an immediate criminal investigation, okay, instantly, where the parent or the guardian or whoever is detained, interrogated, separate, independently of everybody else, where actual evidence is sought in the last place that the child is known. To me, not only would it possibly save children's lives, which would be great in the sense that we might find them before maybe they're just missing, but nobody has finished the deal yet. And we get to them because they take it as a criminal investigation first. Or maybe we save lives of children because it's a deterrent, right? Because now, if your child goes missing, it's a guaranteed criminal investigation if they're under the age of 13. What are you guys asking about a dating site? Where's the baby? That's Dolly's line. CP is now on dating sites looking for his sixth wife. I don't know if that's true. I haven't heard that yet. I mean, I haven't seen I haven't heard it yet, seen it. Right, FBI criminal investigation, please, says Eerily. And you guys, let's get the investigation going in Mississippi. But I do feel it would really keep people. Would Summer Wells be missing if it was a guaranteed criminal investigation, if they got Candace alone and they had Dawn alone and they had Grandis alone and none of them had their story? Would we have this whole, she planted flowers, Grandma gave her a peppermint, I walked her into the kitchen, the boys were playing, I said, boys, keep an eye on your sister. Would we have had any of that? I don't know. 77MCL says, I think it is great and so important. Right, Ely? Yes, otherwise forensics are lost forever, you say. Lorna Jane says, hello. Would a civil court action first, then eventually criminal would work, as this is a case of child abuse or neglect? Question. I don't know. We're going to have to see what we can come up with. Right now, we were able in one day to secure a platform where we can start working together as a team, for these children, especially, and we'll get into it, if they have a CPS history of reports, like Just Saying is saying, if there's a history of CPS reports, maybe there should be something else. We really got to look at it. Maybe it should be even stricter in some way. Sunshine says, growing up Growing up, our trash cans were in the garage. We would take off our shoes as we came back in the house, and we call it the mud room. It brings him back to his shoes were at the front door. Interesting. Bella Winfield, hello and welcome to 1111 True Crime. You said several people have said they will break up soon. Maybe it's already happening. Ooh. Who would not be afraid to date that person? Oh my golly jeepers, y'all. Crimes have consequences says no, absolutely not. And it should not have been a crime scene and made everyone to leave the residence. Absolutely not. And it should have been, oh, okay. It should have been made a crime scene and made everyone to leave the residence. I agree with you, lovely. That's what I'm saying. The crime scene, if it is one, would be preserved, right? Aw, as just put her membership up for 3 months. Thank you, lovely. And she has got little prayers up there to Jennifer for continuing to donate and thanking her for all the love that she gives our Love and Love family. That is beautiful. And Jennifer does an incredible job of just always keeping our funding there. She's extremely generous. And one of the things that it always makes me realize is that, like today, I had to pay for a year's worth of a server. I just went and grabbed it out of our Snooper Chat fund. It wasn't like, oh, I've got to wait till we get enough Snooper Chats to be able to pay this off for a year. Now we have it for a full year locked in, already paid for. And it gave us this, even though Discord's free, it's absolutely free. I got us a Nitro version. I think it was like $89.99 for the year. And it was like, boom, paid for. Good deal. And now we can upload, we can stream, we can do all kinds of things on there. It's going to be really, really good. I agree, Alex Smith. You say, I just want this little guy found so we can have justice for him. I agree. I pray for that. Hey, Blue Eyes Dumpling. You said, hello, beautiful Danny. Oh, thank you, sweetheart. It is true, Darlene Wolf. She says, honestly, the parents today expect their electronics to babysit the children and disconnected parents from the children. That's true. That is absolutely true. Oh, Lord. Karen Killoran says CP has probably never left that dating site, to be honest. He met Nina on a dating site. He was also cheating on Nina, allegedly. Half Pint says FBI is already involved, has been. Oh, but wait, no, nay. What they said today, TBI, I told y'all this already. I'll read Half Pint saying, but then I'll tell you what it said. Half Pint says FBI is already involved, has been since nearly the beginning. They have been assisting along with Secret Service. This info is in the TBI website. Just put in TBI Sebastian Rogers. Correct. But they are only assisting when needed. What Seth and the petition is asking, and what he did, the news interview locally after the vigil yesterday, the bike vigil, or Sunday, I think it was, is for FBI to take it over, right? But there has to be specific reasons, criteria met for the FBI to take it over. So it gets complicated. Crossing state lines would, if there was something found in Mississippi or in Arkansas or something like that, that was evidence related to Sebastian, we'd have FBI taking it over. But right now, FBI is assisting TBI when needed. So, and it gets frustrating. Crimes have consequences is saying, in her opinion, he was cheating with Nina, with Katie, cheating on Nina with Katie. 77MCL says no FBI guard team did not come in because he was classified as a runaway. That is correct. He was actually classified as a runaway. Then it went to missing person, and then it changed, and we don't know what it changed to. It just did a 180-degree turn. We don't know what that is. Debbie Clark says, my prayer is for Sebastian to be saved. May Jesus heal him of all his pain and suffering now and in the future. Thank you, lovely. Amen. Jacqueline says, I watched a young mom sit on her phone at DQ while her little girl ate quiet with no conversation across the booth from her. I see it all the time. I think we all do. I mean, it used to be when you'd pull up in the soccer mom lane, you know what I'm talking about. After school, you got to pick your kid up if they don't ride the bus. And the parents would be talking, family, moms, dads, kids, they'd be playing, talking, and all that. And it was a conversational, social time. And you pick up your kids. Okay, see you, Linda. Yeah, we can do that Friday night. Sounds good. We'll make cookies, whatever. No, not now. Everybody's on their phone, heads down, eyes on their phone, waiting in their vehicles. Kid jumps in. They don't even be like, how was your day? It's crazy to me. It's like we've got to wake up. Our kids are our future. You want fresh eyes on it too, Emily Vicker? I agree. Right, Half Pint, I agree. They need to take the lead, but they won't unless it becomes a federal case. Correct. And just like Jennifer has pointed out to us, Jenny has said it requires criteria for the feds to take over the investigation, and right now it isn't there. Ida Anthony says, "Hi, Mama D. How do I become a member? This is Dan and Ida from Emmett, Idaho. Hello, Dan. Hello, Ida. I think we have the link somewhere, or if somebody could put it up on the screen, please. There you go, Sassy. Thank you. You just hit the link that Sassy's given you. Thank you, guys." Bella Winfield, after 3 months missing, it's time for FAI to take this case and work it. I agree. I wish that could happen. Katie Bug says, went to the park, all kids on phone, sitting on playground, and all parents on phone on benches. I know. It's crazy. Dreamweaver 2 says, in my opinion, TBI is junk. I get frustrated. Well, just so you know, anything you go to TBI, anything you send to TBI is going, regarding Sebastian Rogers, is being handed over to Sumner County too. I was told that. Crimes have consequences. I'm not being disrespectful anyway, but if Sebastian, quote, ran away, if he did, would anyone blame him? This is chaos. I can't imagine his living situations. I mean, you're not wrong. You're definitely not wrong there in my book. Right. We did do that video. 77 MCL SCSO missing poster says last seen on 226 at Beach High School. TBI poster says last seen on 226 near Stratford Court area. Last seen by who on the 26th and location discrepancy. Yeah, we did that. Oh goodness, about 2 weeks ago, I think. We brought that all up, and I don't know. I'm still not clear on the answer. Oh, thank you, Cheryl Reed. You said, love your plausible theory and your mindset. Smart woman. Hello. Well, hello, lovely. If anybody is into the Idaho 4 case, check out my 19-minute video. That's another one where I do a theory. That's one thing I do, is I just keep hammering a case until I get what I feel most likely happened. And then until it's debunked, I'm just kind of stuck with, that. But with the Sebastian Rogers case, For once, my hands are untied because I feel like us trying to get this law passed and working on this over in Discord, which is called 1111 True Crime Workshop. So once we get 1111 True Crime Workshop, which will be the TCW, okay? So once we get the TCW up and running and we got it rolling and we're getting things going in the right direction and know what we need to do first and so forth, I think it's going to give me that feeling that I'm starving for. And that is to know that we're protecting the children of the future. And that's what I'm hungry for, is I want to see us make a difference on this planet that protects, even if it's one kid, right? But to protect them all would be incredible. Karen Brienne says, I've been saying these two cases were similar from the jump. I was laughed out of groups. Well, you won't be laughed out of here, even if you have a very different idea. We have a lot of respect for people and how unique we individually think here. And really, honestly, Madeline Soto had the biggest day ever, right? A big birthday party. Oh, she loved everything she got. And then she went directly to bed. She just got home and went directly to bed. Didn't touch a computer. Nope, didn't touch her phone. Nope, didn't shower, nothing. Just went to bed. Right? Now we have the biggest day ever. And at 9 o'clock, good night, Mommy. I love you. Really? He just comes out of his room? I don't think so. They're too close. This is my calling, Ellie Andrews, is to work together and try to get this. I can feel it. That's why I said I dropped that $89 for that Nitro or whatever it was that allowed us to show videos and upload images and files and everything. And that came right out of our snooper chat. And you guys have blessed us enough that I was like, oh, that's nothing. We got this. We got this. And so we're good for a year. And yeah, they went missing on the same day. Yes, Joyful Lovely, I can see your message. Oh, thank you, Jenny, is sharing with you. Jenny Troglin, our beautiful moderator, one of them, is sharing the link for the change.org, which is a petition for the FBI to take over. Right. So, my beautiful mods, I have you all here. I might as well let you know you are coming in. For those of you that can do Discord, you will need to download Discord if you want to do this. Now, this is absolutely your call. It has nothing to do with this channel in the sense that you have the, like if you just don't want a mod position, you don't have to have it. I'm just saying, I need you to email me. You know my email. All my mods do. Email me your like decision. If you want to be part of the Discord or if you want to be a mod on there or whatever you want to do, just let me know. And I can take your email when you tell me yes. If it's a go, I can take your email and I will plug it in and send an invite to you. And that way we'll start off with the mods first that we already have as mods, to just kind of kick the walls, check the tires, right? Make sure it's going to, like, all aboard float. We're going to christen the project. And then after we have it for a few days, we'll open it up. Maybe even 3-4 days, we'll open it up to members then. And then after members kick the tires and make sure it works good, we'll open it up to our public, our general public. Now, it is non-monetized, as it will always be. There is no money available in there, nothing. There's no snooper chat thingies that I am aware of, nothing like that. This is those that are here for the cause. We're going to be putting our time in. We're going to be asking some that want to volunteer to do things like duplicate a letter, but in your own words, so that you can start the process in your own state. But it will be on a volunteer and no obligation. Divine Pathways True Crime says Nitro is great. I paid for a year too. Awesome, lovely. And I think we can connect different rooms and stuff. I'm not sure. I have a lot to learn on it. I've been a member since 2016 or something like that, I think. I can't remember. I haven't used it much in the last few days, or last few years, I should say. Alex Smith says, I'm going to join as soon as possible as a member. Now, remember, you guys, don't feel hurried and don't feel like you've got to join if you cannot afford it, because it's going to be open to the general public too. Okay? Like I said, I don't want to get too overwhelmed and then can't do the project. So I'm bringing you guys in just a little bit at a time. Right, crimes have consequences, says the new Discord app is easier than logging in online, and you get notifications. There are so many new options now that came out. Exactly. So I have a thing where I can. The boys are playing Zoom. What happens is I drop my link into Discord, and I put it in my members room, right? And it'll send out, like I click it and it'll notify everybody. You'll get a beep on your phone. It works. Now you can take away your notifications. You can be like, I don't ever want to hear that notification. So you have control on your side. But if you are accepting notifications and you want to know when I'm uploading, that'll be a great way for you to keep track of it. Sassy says, my phone is so old with no memory space left. I can't download a single app or even take a picture. You need a new phone, lovely. Sassy, you need a new phone. Az says, I'm in. And it's going to be wonderful because you know how we have call-ins here. Well, we'll be able to get on calls all together there. Yep, I've been setting up rooms. I've got the mod room set up. So moderators is going to be great for you guys because instead of having to fly by the seat of your pants, we actually have a mod room that only mods can get into. And that way I can leave a message for you guys or communicate when I'm going live, what the theme is, what our goal is, like that. Or if we have to have a discussion, maybe there's a tater tot that we got to talk about or two. And then we're like, do we make tater tot casserole or do we literally just throw it in the garbage, right? Where's your concert? Darlene Whoop. He probably went to bed, lovelies. I know, Mr. Ifs. It's been a while for me since I used Discord. Now, I don't know like if my Nitro shows you guys my rooms that are so beautiful and colorful, or if you have to have Nitro too to be able to see it. But it functions whether you have Nitro or not. And if you decide I absolutely have to have Nitro, it is like $10 a month, but you have to go through Discord for it. However, you don't need it. It's only for aesthetics so that things look cool for you. And you might not even need it because I paid for a year. And I'm just not sure if that allows everybody to see it that comes onto the server. Miss K says, good to see you at West. I think you and I are on the same page, hon. You gone through this case along with me in chats. Well, I'm glad you guys are connected. That's beautiful. You needed no phone, no space on mine. Well, you guys, I don't normally boast and be like, hey, we're sponsored. But we are sponsored by Samsung. And I've selected some products down below if you want a new phone. I will tell you, I chose Samsung because I'm not doing no demo. I'm telling you legit the truth. I won't use a different kind of phone. The only phone I personally like, but everybody has their own preference. My personal is a Samsung. Joyful Discord is a platform. This channel will stop once your new Discord channel starts. Nah, not at all. I had a channel, and I had Discord, and I had YouTube at the same time, and it didn't stop at all. Mama D, where do I find you on Discord thingy? Nobody can get on it right now, lovely. Nobody, just myself. It's too new. And I'm going to start off first with the mods. And then after the mods, I'm going to bring in the members. And then after members have kicked it out, we'll open it up to everybody. Now, if we were to open it up to everybody and we get one problem where we've got trolls coming in that are trashing stuff or anything like that, we would have to back it off to where you literally had to be invited. So I'm hoping we don't have to get to that level, but we'll play it by ear as we go. Um, but right now, I'm not sharing the links with anybody until, like I said, I get a feel for it a little bit. I have not heard a darn thing about Elijah Boo. Divine Pathways True Crime is asking. Oh, I love Samsung. It's the only way to go for me. Hatpite says my hubby is a Samsung. I am an iPhone. So that's the goal. We've got our platform. That was the thing I wanted to mainly tell you guys. And also, like I said, it really gives me the feeling with this best day ever birthday party, very much like Madeline Soto. And that was premeditated. And so for all of us saying, you know, if he is gone, and I'm talking not just missing, right? Was it premeditated? That's it. That's the biggest question I have right now because everything to me feels completely planned. And I could be completely wrong. 100% could be wrong. But it smells to me when he's saying things like, the best part of it was he left no evidence. That's from Chris Proudfoot. It bothers me. Katybug says, my husband couldn't find me. I'm on the floor with my feet propped up on the wall. He said he had to follow the sound of Mama D's voice to find me. That's funny. That's funny. All right, my lovely Luz. I love you. And I appreciate all your time, all your support. I am very much feeling solid about this like new adventure we're gonna start on. Like it's given me a new breath of life of hope because I don't feel real hopeful right now on Sebastian's case. It was a pretty much the worst letdown ever on the Madeline Soto case, Harmony Montgomery's case. Most likely the same on Summer Wells' case. And my heart began to get weaker and weaker with pain, just heavy, heavy pain, cracking. And I'm like, how am I making a difference? What is the point? And when this came into my lap, and I was like, what if we got a law changed that protected kids? I'm like, even if I have to stay on it till my last breath, it will be something that I will feel wonderful about if we're able to protect children. And so with that, I will see you again very, very soon, my lovelies. And I can't wait to get going. So mods, make sure email me. Let me know if you're in, you're out, your reason, your thoughts, what you want to do. Yes, it is very mentally draining. I always give it all I got, but once I'm worn out, like right now, I just hit my, like, I worked all day on that server. It's gorgeous. And I got roles set up, which I had to learn all about that. I still have one more role to add, so there'll be positions, just like there are here. There's me, the creator, which you can see how my name's different means I have control, right? Because it's the channel. And then there's mods and their role. And then we have family members that are members, and then we have the general public. Well, each one of those is a role, if you will, with different levels of permission, truly. And so I'm designing that in the framework, if you will, of this Discord so that when you come in, if you're already a member, you'll be given the same member status over there that you have over here. So your membership, in a way, well, not in a way, for sure, will give you more access, if you will, right? Yeah, it's going to be good. I am excited too, Darlene Whip. I am excited. I'm excited because it's going to give us a platform to literally make a tangible goal, put it in writing, and get the names and addresses of those that we're using as mentors and see who we can get on board that's already went through this. I really do. I think this is going to be very healthy for us mentally to be able to know that we might be protecting children along the way. We'll definitely be keeping Sebastian's name out there because it will be Sebastian's law when it gets passed, right? Glenda Hinshaw says, I miss it. I need to find out how I can help. Well, lovely. Stay tuned. We're going to go through first. We're getting this platform together. We're going to test it. And then we're going to get everybody slowly but surely on board. I love you guys. Thank you so much for being supportive. I will ask you, look around your town. Are there enough flyers of Sebastian around, or can you add more? I think there can never be enough till he's found. We love you, little buddy. We stand by you. You're in our heart. And I love you guys to the moon and back. You guys, we are Sebastian Strong.
You can tell yourself and all our friends I was wrong and you were right. But your sins that happened in the dark will come out in the light. I'm not gonna waste my breath, I won't put up a fight. 'Cause the days are gonna whisper and the months are gonna talk until the years yell out the truth. Time will tell, time will tell on you. When a train whistles far away, and when the cold wind blows, when the lightning in your eyes reveals the darkness in your soul, the world will be reminded of what it already knows. 'Cause the days are gonna whisper and the months are gonna talk until the years yell out the truth. Time will tell, time will tell on you. No one may ever say a thing, but surely as the seasons change, like every finger points at you 'cause you're to blame. And the days are gonna whisper and the months are gonna talk until the years yell out the truth. Time will tell, time